Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, it's your boy Skills. Alright, hey, so today you are embarking on a journey with Mad Skills on his newest segment, Ask Skills. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I asked y'all to email me questions, and basically I'm going to just take this time, really quickly to answer whatever questions you may have. So I went ahead and picked 5. Alright, and the first question actually comes from, let me get this straight now, Kiddo Red, and this is my dog from Norway. What's going on, son? What's going on? Alright, his question is, what's your favorite game of all time? Alright, now Kiddo Red, I ain't gonna lie, I like some old school games. I love Tecmo Bowl from the NES. I also love Double Dribble and Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, NCAA basketball. But you were saying my favorite game of all time, just one game that I could kick back with, that I could never, ever, ever get tired of playing. And truth be told, that game would be Test Drive Unlimited. Now, the thing is, I don't know how much y'all know about me, but I actually did beta testing for Atari. And that was the game that I beta tested. And in the PS2 and the PSP version of the game, I am an NPC in the game. So that's a non-playable character. And I'm actually the president of Club D, where I drive an R34 Skyline. So that is really, really sweet. Like the best experience of my life. I mean, to actually be in a video game that kids all over the world are racing against my digital likeness. So that's really slick. So that actually, also the 360 version, which I did not get a chance to beta test, but both of those games are the absolute best, greatest game of all time for me. All right. So, all right. Then I have one from I Love Jesus 94, and I know what he asking. He was asking, let's see here. He was asking, hold on, oops. Okay, actually, I apologize. I'm not from I Love Jesus. He did ask me a question, but then I had Joshua 12-8-84-38. What's going on, Josh? How you doing, man? What's cracking? Alright. So anyway, he said, madskills.com. What is the rating of Halo CEA? Alright. Combat Evolved Anniversary. I thought it was blood and he said, I thought it was blood and gore and violence. Please write back. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and respond back, Joshua. Alright. So this is the box. It is actually an M rating, which is for mature 17. So, and that's by the entertainment board. It's for blood and gore and violence, just like what you said. But anyway, and then on the back of it, it says rated M. So, if you are under 17, you should not be playing with this. And truth be told, I may lose a few subscribers because of this, but I'm a firm believer as far as like being, like with mature games. And my son's 8 years old. I will not let him play anything that is not age appropriate. And when I hear about kids 8, 9, 10 years old playing Call of Duty, it just hurts me because I'm like, parents, come on now, what are y'all doing? Are y'all just letting your kids play games like that? Jeez, come on now. Like children, let children be children. They'll learn about the world of killing, about violence and everything. And some of the kids may be like, but you don't understand. Yes, I understand. I was a child one time. I wasn't born full grown. So what I'm saying is, enjoy your childhood. You'll learn about cussing, sex, drugs, drinking, alcohol, prostitute. You learn about all that stuff. So don't even sweat that right now. Enjoy your innocence. Trust me, you only get it one time. Alright, so next is we got, now this is a true one, alright? I Love Jesus 94. Alright? What's the most important thing that have happened to you in your life until the date? Alright? Most important thing was actually February 5th, 1992, and that was when I gave my life to Christ. Romans 10 and 9 in the King James Bible says, if thou shalt confess in thy mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in thy heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. And then that was it. And I mean, I was actually on the verge of ending it all, committing suicide, and I was just, I had run out of options. And I knew, you know, I'm like, why would I want to do something like that? Why would I want to end my life? But what I didn't realize is I grew up in church, got baptized when I was 12, but I had never asked Jesus to come into my heart to reign and rule. And that's what happened. It was at the point where I was about to end it all, about to OD, and then I heard a voice say, why are you going through all this? Come to me. So I was like, hey, what else do I have to lose? And it was the voice of the Lord. So I accepted him. All this time I had believed that, you know, God had raised him from the dead, but I never asked him to come into my heart, to come into my life. And it's been home like Donkey Kong ever since. And truth be told, he's the reason, you know, why I'm even in this position, being able to review video games and to reach out to people who otherwise, you know, I mean, hey, come on, cause, you know, you come into my channel looking at video games and all of a sudden you hear the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ. Is it, what, is this guy a fanatic? No, I mean, you see where I am. I'm real. You know, but at the same time, you know, I'm a minister, called and ordained by God. I'm a preacher, you know, and eventually one day, pastor and evangelist. Matter of fact, that's what I'm doing right now, spreading the good news because of this question. Alright? It said, and what forces do you, he says, what forces you to go ahead? That's easy. Man, I almost died in 1994. Very, very bad van accident. I should be dead. My entire life flashed before my eyes. But you know what? I was able to walk away. And it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was the grace of God. So every day, I live like it's my last. That's why I'm completely real. That's why every time you see me, I always got a big smile on my face. I could be dead and gone. I could be dead and gone, not even upload this video. But I praise the Lord for being here, alright? So that's it. Hey, so I love Jesus 94. Thanks for the question. Alright. So, question is from Player Dragon 656. Do you think the Low series would do great on PS3 360, or should it stay on the Wii? Now that's a real good question. And truth be told, I don't even know what this series is. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research, right? I know, like I said, I review a lot of games, but this one, like I said, like I said, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. So I tell you what, I'll get back to your question on that, alright? I promise you, Poppy Skills is gonna find out, alright? So thank you, Player Dragon 656, for your question, alright? So let me see, and I have one more, and then we're gonna go ahead and get her done. Alright? Okay. And this comes from NatyDo6168. And it reads, how would you suggest I get into reviewing and testing? Alright? So, with me it was simple. Actually, I was an engineering major. I was accepted to the U.S. Air Force Academy Prep School. I was going to do that, but I couldn't pass calculus and physics with calculus. I could pass it, but I just didn't have the concentration for it. So I decided to do what I love best, and that was writing. And when I was in college, my college advisor had told me, hey, you know, like, you want to go into, be a photojournalist, a reporter, that's good. But the easiest way to get into into a newspaper is from, on a copy desk. So I said, okay. So I went ahead and did that, and I was able to work at the Orlando Sentinel, the Sun Herald in Biloxi, Mississippi, the Albuquerque Journal in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Albuquerque Tribune, and now at the Houston Chronicle here in Houston, Texas. And truth be told, that is the easiest way to get into newspapers, is on a copy desk. Now, your part, what you're saying as far as reviewing, here's the thing, alright? Yes, you can work at some place like IGN, Kotaku, Destructoid, but the thing is, there are also a whole mess of folks that want to work there as well. So you're competing against thousands versus you, going to a newspaper. And see, the thing is, people don't realize, but print is still king. All the developers, all the publishers, all the PR firms I work with, they want things in print first. Why? Because the people that read newspapers more likely have a bigger income than people that, read online. So they know that someone is going to read that story if it's in print. And that's what they all push for. And I really like it myself, especially seeing my byline and stuff. So the thing is, if you want to break into reviewing, a newspaper is going to get you a lot more exposure and just up your cred a whole lot more. I work at the 13th biggest newspaper in the country. The reach of it is like 375, 400,000, but then on the weekends it's like 420, 430, even closer to 440. And that's single subscribers. Now each one of those subscribers, because we're in a city that's like around 5 or 6 million people, there's at least 2 people in the household who are also going to read that paper. So that's closer. Now you're nearing a million. Plus online you have another million, million and a half. So that's 2.5 million. I make that case whenever, well, I used to have to make that case whenever like a big game comes out, like Mass Effect. I was talking to EA, the PR firm representing EA. I said, look, you're sending me, what, a $40 game a few weeks early. Guess what? This is the kind of reach. They overnighted it to me. So as far as testing, the people that are in the industry, the PR firms that they represent, they're the ones that would know. And they would be able to, like once you get that connection, because you understand, so see, it's like everything's kind of connected this way and that I was covering. I was actually on IGN looking for something when I've heard about the test drive unlimited beta, and I actually went on to be in other betas as well. And now, since I work at the Chronicle, a lot of times, like Sony, they'll have a private beta that's invitation only, but they'll like allow the media to get in and everything. And I was Activision had actually given me. I have received an invite from Activision for the original Modern Warfare, so I was actually able to get in that beta. That was sick. So reviewing easiest, what I recommend is practice. It's a lot, like it's a lot easier if you've done it. And like every time you do it, it gets a lot more easier. And also, if you are thinking about this kind of career, set your hopes up high, but realize that you're probably not going to start off initially covering video games unless you're working for a magazine or like a gaming blog. And even then, if you don't have the reach, it's going to be very hard for you to compete, try to get your message out and everything. But a newspaper will offer you the tools and the reach to be able to say, okay, you know what, yes, I'm copy editing, or yes, I'm a reporter or photographer, but I'm interested in video games. And if they don't have anyone doing that, you can fill that void. And you can end up just start rising through the ranks and everything. And I'm going to tell you honestly, now, a lot of times I'll get offers, hey, can we fly you this place and everything, which I can't accept because I work in a newspaper versus a